Virgo, welcome to your mid-month check-in for June. What's up? What's going on? Show me Virgo, please. Like always, take it resonates, leave it does not. And if there's more than one energy clearly apparent to you on this board today, then you reverse those energies as you see fit. These are, after all, general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate at all. Frustrating, but normal. Check your other placements, you will find yourself in there somewhere. Show me Virgo. What's going on for Virgo? What's going on? Show me Virgo, please. Show me Virgo. Oh, interesting. Two of Pentacles for some of you. Not being sure. I don't know what to do. Trying to find progress, trying to make progress. Some of you. Confirmation of particular busyness, especially if you have more than one job. What's going on? I'm going to put down your baseline, clarify. The Star, Four Swords, Four of Wands, yes. Nine of Wands, the Knights of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the High Priestess, Two of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, well, I like to see that combination for you towards the end, and I agree you're going to need both. Let's back up. The Star, the Four Swords, the Four of Wands. You have a vision in you to potentially heal some sort of relationship, the Four of Wands. I think you're going back and forth of, is this significant to me? Do I still want to navigate my life by this, or do I want to navigate my life by this at all? Okay. It's in the state of contemplation. Do I want to center or decenter this relationship? So the Star is of some significant value here. It's our hope, dream, desire. We have to wish upon that star, navigate our life by it. Again, we can't lose sight of the star or we lose our sense of direction here. So this is something, in other words, that's not easy. But it would mean a lot to us if we tried, or to know that we should try, or that it should mean anything to us at all, because it's going to require us to go like this constantly. Okay. And the Four Swords, resting, healing, Four of Wands. You either wish to center or decenter a relationship. Navigate my life by this. Choose to, choose not to. We'll see. I don't know, but things need sorting. Things need sorting, because what I see for you is high levels of stress and tension. Nine of Wands, Ten of Wands, and the Knights of Swords. So I still see you being extremely busy, but it's like I don't see you getting relief either. Okay. I got you doing a lot of fussiness, running around, heavy sense of energy, and it's almost like it's panic, and it feels like it's getting just more and more burdensome, difficult to carry the energy, and that's live, that's active. That's very present oriented too. This is under contemplation of one's spirit, self, quiet time. This is what it's like for me all day, every day. I'm running to and fro, and it seems like I'm on this boat, and when I plug one hole, 10 more spring up, because that's how difficult that is. I feel like you're trying to really negate or reverse negative aspects of blockage, difficulty, and like I said, it just, when you make one level of success, you seem to get 10 more, repaid 10 more in kind, and that's not cool, right? Because as I see you trying to handle the difficult aspects, it just seems to get harder. 10 of Wands, jump on down here. The High Priestess, Two of Wands, the Queen of Swords. Active decision making here, which is good. And there's this idea of I need to listen to myself, the High Priestess, and I also need to incorporate common sense with the Queen of Swords. This is what I'm seeing every day. These are my decisions every day. This is what I'm participating in every day. So I'm actually glad to see that for you in future. What are we learning? What are we feeling? And are we listening to both? Two of Wands suggests active decision making. What's going on? Let's talk about it. I may not clarify all these as we go along. Some will just speak for themselves, but we're going to go ahead and launch right into the Star. And I see you resting on this. Four of Wands here is, or denotes, some sort of relationship energy. Okay? And no two relationships look the same. Okay? It's how those two people built it, defined it, maintain it, don't maintain it. It's still a relationship, so long as two people recognize it as being one. Technically it is. So, like I said, you're in a place of resting. Do I want to center this relationship, continue to navigate by it, incorporate it in my life, or Do I still want to make my life all about this? Okay. I'm very curious because I see a lot of pressure and a lot of stress to keep going, no matter what. And I don't like that. If we're going to have that level of stress and sense of hardship, it had damn well better be worth it to us in some way that hits our core values to do so. Otherwise, it's pointless. Okay? We don't want that. But I don't want the busyness to become the point either. It's, Let's see that star. But before we get there, let's take a look at that star, please. The Nine of Pentacles, sense of self, Eight of Wands, communication, Six of Pentacles. The desire here, as at least one person, you, Nine of Pentacles, you're saying you have a huge desire here, is that you would love to open up and communicate and balance with whatever this is, respectively. That you would love. It would be your highest desire and wish to connect with this. And not just give that kind of energy, but to receive it too. It's lovely, it's healthy, that desire is pure, and it's a good representation of what it is that you say that you want and that you would aim yourself towards. A basic sense of cooperation, effective communication, action, stability, balancing it in a way that's consistent and meaningful to two people, back and forth. You're saying you would love that to happen. It would be your greatest desire and wish. Let's jump on over to that Four of Wands, and if I still have questions, then I'll clarify the Four of Swords. Let's go ahead and jump in that Four of Wands, because that's really straightforward, Virgo. I completely agree with you. That's incredibly straightforward desire. Six of Pentacles suggests manageable. Nine of Pentacles, you're saying you would stand up for a cohesive, this makes sense kind of balance, where we both communicate open effectively, and we both get something out of it. You're saying, I would stand up for that, Nine of Pentacles. That's all you desire. Let's take a look at this Four of Wands. Let's see that Four of Wands. The Star, reflecting back. The Knight of Cups. The Four of Wands. Oh, wow. Oh, it's so positive. They desire it too. I don't know who a they is. I'm not reading them or they. I'm just seeing a reaction to it. You two mirror each other, at least emotionally and spiritually. It's quite beautiful. The Star for the Star. Four of Wands to the Four of Wands. Knight of Cups. Someone's heart space would flow to you. Possibly their passion as well. Sometimes I notice the underlying, sometimes I don't. That's beautiful, actually. You both have relatively the same desire. Do you two know this? Because this is quiet, resting. But I just got a very clear demonstration of the mirroring effect. So it makes me immediately think, do you both know that you desire more or less the same thing? You both want this. Emotionally and spiritually you do. Someone's sense of heart space is on the line too. Four of Swords. I'm going to have to clarify that now. Oh, people love this kind of stuff, and I don't make it up. It's either there or it's not. I've been seeing an increasing rise for the everyday practical 3D, which is cool because we all need to check in on that. But sometimes we must remember tarot is meant to help us understand the stuff that's not so easy to understand. So that's more the spiritual, emotional influence and affluence, really. Yeah. To take some of the mystery out of it, let's see that Four of Swords. What you desire desires you, honey. I'm glad to see that. So let's see the Four of Swords. The Six of Cups, of course it's a soul bond. King of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Man, it's beautiful. I want this to be true for you. I do. You've rested on working with this soul bond, many a time. You've taken it to bed, to table, time out, meditation, prayer, however you want to put it, Four Swords. You've rested on this subject many, many times. You know what it means to you. Practically speaking, you would love to claim this. King of Pentacles is showing up for you. Eight of Pentacles, there's the real authentic work. I can see your earth energy here kind of dominating your desire. I'm not surprised. This is earth, not always, but this is typically how earth expresses itself. In order for it to have deeper significance of desire and emotional availability, earth has a very strong need to make it visible in the 3D first. You're saying you are acquainted with this enough to know that you've rested on the subject and you would actually like to center it more into your reality. Okay, so whatever the Six of Cups is, it is known to you. It is not an unknown entity. It is known to you. And it's something precious of the past, sweet, nostalgic. But you're saying I could put real work into this and I want to. Four Swords, you've rested on it. So I cannot see anything that's not possible. You really want to make what you've been resting on, feeling your way around, opening up towards this star. But perhaps it's unbeknownst to you that they actually want the same, whomever they are. I just know that they already know they have a heart space that flows towards you. And I didn't quite know where your emotions were resting. But now that you showed me the Six of Cups of this, you're saying this is important to me. Okay, I would deeply desire to have it in the 3D so I could see it, have access to it, so I can touch it and see it and make more memories with it. Very earthy. And this person showed me a splash more water. Where it's like, all right, my heart already knows it flows towards Virgo. Well, Virgo may not be your dominant, but you got earth in here regardless. I see your earth dominance in here regardless. Okay. You both desire the same thing, and that's real authentic work. You can't make that up. It's either there or it's not. You can either put that into reality or you can't. You can either put real practiced work into something or you can't. And you're saying it would be your deepest desire, you as an individual, to constructively communicate and balance. Okay. But it has a deeper context to you. That is the Six of Cups and the star. It's beautiful. And they're like, same. They already know their heart points to you. It's actually quite lovely. You two mirror. Going back to my point of I can't see anything that's not there, this is highly probable this could happen. We'd have to take it out of reflection and pull it into reality, you know. But between the two of you, there's no reason why that shouldn't happen. Now, I'm talking to the Virgo who knows they want this. They've thought about it. They would love to do this. The other person would too. I just don't know if you two know the same thing at the same time. That's why we need communication. And it seems like the 3D would follow. Once more, I can only see what's there, not what isn't. Okay? It's like people get so irritated or pissed off. Don't. It's not your story. Or it could be. But the Virgo I'm looking at has to know that they want this because they understand it's more good for them than not. That's it, really. So if you know this connection is not good for you, I'm not talking about that connection, am I? I'm describing something that looks, by all rights, very healthy. And that two people want it. They just may not be aware of it. It's beautiful. It's actually highly beautiful, highly constructive, and it has a lot of room for growth and potential. It has a lot of high potential for centering the world, one's vision, longevity. The star that carries us. It has a lot of potential for that. Now, goodness gracious, all this, where's this sound and fury coming from then? Let's see that Nine of Wands, please. Show me that Nine of Wands, show me that Nine of Wands, show me that Nine of Wands. Show me that Nine of Wands, please. I haven't seen a solid case of mirroring in a long time, I must say. I must say. Oh, the world, the moon. The Queen of Pentacles. Oh. The resistance has to come down. It has to be cycled out. the unknown resistance or the unacknowledged resistance has to be cycled out so we understand our self-worth. Again, not an accusation. I'm not pointing fingers. It's not a judgment. You either identify with this reading or you don't. You know. I had a very unfortunate person contact me the other day who didn't understand how poorly they had indebted themselves into all the worst things, and they were wondering why they were so unhappy. That's because when, we refuse to do the work, we don't see where our resistance is coming from. We're not in tune with ourselves, and that happens to everybody. So once more, it's not an accusation. It's a human thing. We let rust develop and corrode who we are, and we don't check in with ourselves, and not until we understand we want something or we very much don't want something. Both can really make us take a look at ourselves. And here I have that sense, Queen of Pentacles, the moon, the world, until we understand that we've been resisting, and that cycle stops. We understand then how we're also resisting our own sense of self-worth, and that we're worth this. We're worth this. We're not anti-worth this. We are worth this. Perhaps it's been a while. Perhaps this is very different from you. And at first it was really hard for you to recognize yourself in it. But when you relax and you contemplate on it, I see the best of you pouring outwards towards it, or would like to. And they would like to match you. I'm just convinced you don't know that. Not yet. Why would you? It's all under theory. The willingness to communicate and balance and take it from there. It has greater context and meaning to you both, but why would you know that yet? If this is yet to take place. You have to know that you're worth it. And you are. This Virgo's absolutely worth it. You got to know that first. Everything begins with the self. And that's why a lot of people hate my work. It's because I point out the obvious. And the not so obvious. You got to know that you're worth it. But that means lowering your own sense of resistance. Again, not an accusation, not a judgment. It is what it is. People do it all the time. We put up walls, resistance, we don't question it. And then we're like, why do I want this so much? I don't understand. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't fit my format of myself or how I grew up or how I was raised or, I don't know why. I just see what needs to be done. Oh, I know. It's hard. It's so hard. I can see that you're used to running in a particular format that suggests... I don't know. I'm used to the sound and fury of life. I'm used to things being hard. I'm used to resisting what I want because it hasn't fit me in a long time. Do you know how corrosive rust is? It doesn't take a lot. It suggests we've been standing in one place way too long. There's something about this that you've had a hard time admitting to yourself you're worth it and that it's for you. It doesn't have to be. Okay. Let's see. But you're working on it. Knight of Swords, excuse me. I want to see that Ten of Wands. You're working on it. You're working through it. Let's see that Ten of Wands. Show me that Ten of Wands. Show me that Ten of Wands. This is the area that needs work, addressing, change. Because I really would like you to take this out of theory and into practice, the both of you. It's so beautiful. Something about making yourselves more available to each other and meaning it on both sides. Let's see that Ten of Wands. Page of Pentacles, the Tower, the Nine of Wands. There's that Nine of Wands again. See, guys, I couldn't make this stuff up if I tried. It is what it is. I read the cards. I want this for you, not that. I'm on your side. You know, but if you see this as too much of a pain in the ass, or it's not worth it, or it's just nothing but issues and problems, and you don't see the good of it, I'm not talking to that Virgo. I'm talking to the Virgo who has fantasized about this 1,000 times and knows they're right. Not the one who's used to not acknowledging who they are and what's good for them. Because, again, habit. Some of you are very habit. I've stayed in this spot for the past 10 years. The rust has gotten to me. I don't know how to use my feet anymore. Let's stick with that. Again, not an insult. I'm putting it in blunt words so you understand that I understand where you're coming from. You just may not see it that way. Why would you? It's been a while since you felt that you've had motivation. To shake off the rust. I feel like you haven't had motivation in a long time, and now that it's here, it's confrontational. I want the confrontation for you to see the results of the goodness, not that it's hard. You know, people get lost, but it's hard though, so I don't want to do anything. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm not talking to you. Maybe my work will be a good fit for you in time, just not today. Maybe this will have more context to you in a year from now. I don't know. But today I want to work with the person who wants to work with themselves. Okay? 10 of Wands. There's that nasty old 9 of Wands again. Habitual resistance. Page of Pentacles, the Tower. It's exactly what you needed at the right time. I promise. It doesn't take much. That Tower is waiting to come through, baby. So if a Page of Pentacles kicks it off, trust me, it was a matter of time. Soon. Soon. How soon? The more you stop allowing yourself to do the same thing. That 9 of Wands, that sense of resistance, it's a feeling in action, whatever it is. Automatic sense of rejection. This is not who I am. This is not what I'm familiar with. When we start doing less of that, Knight of Swords, we take actions and thoughts in the opposite direction. Tower will hit you about why we've been resisting. Okay? I don't know why. It's up to you. It either fits you or it don't. That's it. That's all there is to it. But it's a good tower. And like I said, it took next to nothing to make it happen. So I know it was overdue. Okay? Continue to do, think, and act in opposite of what we have done. And that will give you more and more clarity every day about those, well, that rust that snuck up on you. Okay? I keep having that visual of a unit. I don't know if you've seen those kind of units outside people's front yards or their backyards, and it houses a lot of equipment that's for the whole block, not just that one house. And they're typically encased with something, you know, metal and a padlock, and then people who own the property, they'll dress it up with like a little private fence or something like that, or some flowers, or they just leave it out in the open where everybody can see it. Point is, those boxes have been there so long, and what they're protecting is so very, very precious, but because no one has the obligation or sense of responsibility to clean those units, you know, weather takes its toll, nothing changes about it, but it's still expected to do the same job. Rust takes effect, and then you can see where it's been eaten through. And I feel like you have a very important job in you, and you're protecting a lot of hardware. Think of it as your personal self, your emotionality, your spirituality, your mentality, all that stuff. But it's something about the neglect that hasn't allowed you to view yourself any differently for a long time. So you lose sight of your sense of self-worth, and something here reminds you of the quality of life that can be put into it. That's all. Show me that High Priestess, show me the High Priestess, show me the High Priestess. Show me that High Priestess. Hopefully that made sense to you. Just once more, I'm not picking on anybody. I'm just trying to help. Let's see that High Priestess, please. Show me the intuition, show me that intuition. Show me the High Priestess, please. There's so much goodness in you. There's so much love and a willingness to practically work through things. But more than that, you have a lot to offer. I hope you see it. It's that part of you that has a lot to offer, that wants you to get out of that casing. Okay? All right. High Priestess, the Queen of Swords. Oh, yes. Ace of Swords, Knight of Wands. You know your truth. You feel it intuitively. I don't even have to clarify the rest of these at this point. I might do. Don't have to, though. This is a great combination. It's one of my favorites. Whenever I see the King, Queen of Swords near, around, or on the High Priestess, it suggests that you, intellectually, you've learned some things that go beyond this now. You have a stronger sense, a sharper vision in your mind's eye about who you really are, what it is you really think, and what it is you really feel. It's a very strong truth with the Ace of Swords. And then for a splash of pleasure or excitement, once you've made up your mind and you're in touch with your own sense of feeling and guidance, your energy starts to pick up. It's headed in a more honest direction now than insisting that you stay put where you are. I really don't need to clarify the rest of these. I say the active decision here, having made up your mind, you know what your truth is, you're in tune with your feeling, your energy rises positive, not negative, because it's correct. Something about this tower and seeing this for what it is, isn't you. I feel like it's been you for I don't know how long, until you had reason to change. Until you had reason to change and incorporate new. Not new, but parts of yourself that perhaps were lost over time and neglect. You know, it's hard. You've been forced to stand still for so long. I don't think you recognize the wealth of you in here until you started resting on it, contemplating it, desiring it. Whatever this is matches you, it suits you. And honestly, there's so many elements about it that could already be in place. This person seems to know that they love you. And that you're more like than you are different. That's all I really got from that. You feel this too. That's why you have such a strong inclination to make it visible in the 3D. Okay? Even though I don't need to, we'll go ahead and take a look at these couple cards here. Queen of Swords, Two of Wands. I apologize. Queen of Swords, Two of Wands. Show me that. Whatever that tower is, it's more or less along the lines of, why have I been making this so hard on myself? Or why didn't I see how I could work through this earlier or something like that? That's okay. That's what the tower does. Let it do its job. The point is that you have absolute clarity now and a strong sense of guidance. This is one of my favorite combinations. Okay? Is that Our Lady Perpetual Long Care? Just in time for your reading. Let's do a couple more shuffles. I thought I was almost done, but not quite. The Knight of Swords, the Lovers, Three of Swords. I know. I'm not surprised by that. Knight of Swords, remember how much I told you you're trying to take action to counter your automatic sense of resistance, that kind of thing. And as you do, you kind of unearth yourself slowly. And I mean unearth yourself. This is who you really are. This is what you got used to. You saying it. Okay. It's almost like you want to reinvent yourself, but you really don't need to reinvent the wheel, honey. The core parts of you are here. I think I'm seeing a high desirability for you to get back to those core parts and with someone who can mirror you and appreciate the connection for what it is, and therefore you, your efforts, and who you are. I just think we're out of touch with this. Very much so. You start listening to yourself, making up your mind. Everything feels good. Your energy rises positive, not negative. And now your Knight of Swords is taking action in a way that makes more sense to you. Three Swords in the Lovers. Am I surprised? No, absolutely not. Once you understood your decision-making and how your energy was rising intuitively, it was a matter of time before your sense of self pointed back to whoever this is. I know you two are strongly bonded. That's why I say the emotional component. I see the spiritual component. And I saw a very strong sense of 3D that could be there. But until you understood that that's where you needed to be, I didn't see you going there. There it is. Three of Swords, old attachment of pain, rejection. Okay, that we experience with a very strong connection, literally working through it because you say you must. I believe you. And it's being returned. You must remember the Lovers is dual. 6 of Cups. Okay. They're honestly not that far apart. It's just the Lovers is no guarantee of an old connection. 6 of Cups suggests we have memories with this person. Like I said, they already knew that they love you. They already know. Okay. And you reflect it back too. I see you literally working. It's going to come from a place of I'm determined and focused to do this. But I got to take action towards this. Because you know it's right, not because you know it's wrong. It's to alleviate that sense of pain. Because you know this is something that you feel you have to do. Now, I cannot guarantee an outcome. All I can say is what could be if we continue to work through it. Okay? Sometimes the beginning is the end, and sometimes the end is the beginning. That's why the world is dual as well. Okay. This is from the Coffee Cup Oracle. No, I don't think you're some rusty storage container. Like I said, what was containing it was quite precious. I think you lost sight of your preciousness. I do. The way you resist without understanding that you're resisting your own sense of self-worth. How could it have only been a connection of significance that triggered it, that helped you understand it, to see it, to experience it? Like I said, that tower was waiting to come down, honey. It didn't take much. The Lion, strength, success, the bravery, determination, focus. Okay? Turtles in reverse, no more slowness and no more protection. Like I said, those walls are coming down. I saw them right here. Slow, haven't moved, our feet are planted. This is how we grew accustomed. I think you forgot that you were protecting something so precious. That was you. You were in there, honey. You're in there. That's not your long-term shell. It's just not. Slowness, protection, there's something about that and the futility of that. Being slow to the point of being overly protective also means you made no progress. The Lion is productive. The Hunter moves forward. Okay. Okay, we have the Old Man, inheritance male. Some of you identify with this particular demographic, or simply this is the person whom we're connected to. I do not know. But some of you feel, honestly, with that combined, I'm an old man, I'm too old for this, I can't change my ways. This rusty metal cover is who I am now. No, 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 baby. That thing, that cover, is a protection of something that's much more intricate. And again, it wasn't until we had a connection of significance that we remembered our internal selves, our inner workings, and our worth, value, and feeling. Okay? So yeah, that's inheritance male. This is my lot in life. No, it's not. That was a form of protection. That too old, I'm too old for this thing? Yeah, I've seen that many times. It's a form of protection, self-preservation, right? But it also denies us a lot too. We get stuck in that thinking. Okay. Okay. We have the letters S and K. We have the medallion of Taurus. We also have the medallion of Scorpio. We have the cat in reverse. We weren't listening to our intuition. That will be changing soon enough, after, or I should say post-tower. We have the dragon, Aries, Leo, Sag, also a certain sense of intensity, fierceness, protection. I'm not sure what the context here is, but also, of course, just the ferociousness of passion, determination. The octopus, that tentacle grip. Someone seems to be pretty confident about their emotional space towards you. That's the only time I really see that. Other than that, it's not too much of a grip. It's just more like this is the truth of it. It flows towards you. That's all I really saw. Okay, you guys, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments as you see fit. And like I said, I do hope it helps you. There's a lot to work with here today, and it's all beautiful. It's all positive. We just have to know that, see it in ourselves, and want it in our reality for it to be there, and then it will be. It's looking like that's the case for you. Okay, like I said, I hope this helped. Take care. Be well.